Hey everyone, I'm checking out the Reddit Feedback Friday. The game I'm looking at right now is called Outgun. I've got the page open here. This is apparently a browser-based game. So I'll just go ahead and read the description here real quick. It's a multiplayer vehicle combat game in the spirit of Twisted Metal, but in a futuristic / outrun setting. When you kill other players, you get weapon power-ups and XP. With each level gained, you receive a new glow color and a stat point to upgrade your car. All types of feedback are welcome. As a side question, do you expect browser games to have sound and or music? I would love to add engine noise, crash sounds, etc., but I don't know if that would annoy players. Of course, there would be a mute button on the title screen. Alright, so I've not played this before. I just want to mention in regards to the question at the end here, I can't think of any game that couldn't benefit from audio. Most especially like an action game, if you have like a like a roguelike where everything is kind of turn-based in that, and it's kind of more of a puzzle game sort of thing. In that case, the audio feedback, you can argue it's not necessary, and a lot of those don't have audio if they're kind of more traditional. But I think in any case, you can gain something from adding audio, and in an action game, I would actually expect it to be there. Really, it's a little strange to just kind of take out an entire. It's always kind of an audio-visual experience, and as well as tactile playing video games. So just to kind of take out the audio side of it, it's like you're just not utilizing one of your major senses, you're kind of missing out on a lot. So it's kind of like making well, I wouldn't even say it's like making a game in black and white, because it's not really comparable, I don't think. In any case, yeah, I'm just rambling. Let's go ahead and try this out. I'm going to open up the link here. It just jumps right into this game. Alright, here we are. Get rid of the overlay. Wow, this is interesting. Outgun.io. Gamepads are supported. Press a button to activate. Let's try that out then. I got my Xbox 360 controller here. Just turned her on. Pressed a button. Whoop. Alright, we're in the game. We moved backwards for some reason. Seems like we're rolling backwards. If I move the stick left and right, it seems to propel me. Oh, okay. So, for whatever reason, pressing forwards or backwards on the stick works as accelerating or reverse. And the A button apparently is to shoot, so that's very strange for card controls. Yeah. It's a little weird, especially for a controller. And one of the things I noticed right away is that you have to be careful of is with these thumbsticks on these controllers, you can't actually treat left and right as straight left and right because of the fact that your thumb more specifically, the way it pivots, it doesn't go straight horizontally left and right. And unfortunately, the controllers don't account for that in the drivers or whatever. So if you look at your hand and you just naturally move the stick left and right, you can notice it's kind of at a diagonal slant, and that's not accommodated for in the drivers or anything. So you have to basically write custom code. I don't know why this stuff isn't already all taken care of. It's kind of silly, but yeah. Oh, disconnected from lack of input. Please refresh the page. Play again. Is this like an online thing? I don't even know. A vast ocelot. That would be kind of strange. But yeah, the idea of using pressing forward and backwards to, apart from the fact that the diagonals are kind of messing things up a little bit. Oh, I can move the mouse around. Well, that's odd. Can I shoot? Oh, well, that's kind of cool. Can I? Alright, so I can do that with the right thumbstick also. It's of course much less quick, and also the up and down axis here. The y-axis, I guess, is inverted from how I would prefer it. I know that's a preference sort of thing, so it'd be nice to have an option for that. It's inverted as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, trying to steer and go forward at the same time with the thumbstick, it's very weird. It also seems like your turning radius is pitiful. It really doesn't feel right. And also I can kind of, it's like if I go back and forth like this, I kind of do weird things. I don't know what he's doing at all. See, it seems like I'm kind of sliding sideways, kind of to my left. So that's a bit silly. Yeah, it'd definitely be nice to have, like, you know, the right, left and right triggers for your acceleration, and then left and right for steering. That'll be much more manageable. For now, I don't. Why is my camera doing this? Is it because? Oh, I know. I think I know why. It seems like the dead zone on the right stick. Seems like both sticks actually. There's basically 0 dead zone, which is very problematic. It ends up. That's how you end up getting this drift stuff. Like, I'm not touching the controller at all right now. It's because the stick is just needs to have that dead zone so it doesn't get false inputs. Also causes a lot of other issues where you, like when you let go of the stick real quick, it can do weird inputs that you don't expect. You don't have a proper dead zone. So stuff to consider. Is this going the other way? Wait a minute. Okay. That's confusing. Alright, so yeah, the turning radius is pretty lousy. You know, it makes sense if you're going like top speed to have a less turning radius, but not when you're just scooting around. Now this looks like it would be a conveyor belt of sorts, but I guess that's not the case. So why I was confused, of course, is that it's going this direction, and then when you get up here, it's going the other direction. But I guess it's just a visual element. Still confusing either way. It definitely gives me the impression that it's a conveyor belt and it's going to like zip me up there. So yeah, that's super annoying how if I'm going forward and I just kind of want to use my momentum to go left and then I end up going backwards or I mean to the right, sorry. I end up going backwards because when I hold right, it's interpreting it as a little bit backwards because my finger naturally goes diagonally. So yeah, I would really, really like to have either use the A, like A and B for A and X, I would say, for gas and reverse, and use the triggers for weapons, or the triggers for gas and reverse and, you know, A and X or whatever else, whatever face buttons for the weapons. Now there was someone before. Oh, okay, in the top right, looks like there's me and then there's undefined. So yeah, it is giving me the impression that this is a web-enabled game, so I'd be playing against real players. That was very awkward. There's definitely some oddities going on with the physics of just driving around. Just kind of sliding around a bit here and there. A little weird. Alright, so I don't think anyone is here for me to kill. I don't know what the undefined is, of course. The buttons. It'd also be nice if there was auto-centering for the aiming here. You could do, what do you call it? Pressing down in the right thumbstick. Clicking it, whatever the terminology is for that. It seems like if you just run into stuff, you like take damage. There's a little red flash there, so I assume that's what it means. Oh, looks like there's a health bar at the bottom. I didn't see that before. Pretty hidden down there. Now that I see it, I know it's there. Yeah, oddly enough, there was somebody here when I started. When I was just messing around, and then I can only guess I was a human, and then they left, and Now we're doing whatever. Oh, that is super. That is so trippy. Oh my gosh, that's messing with my eyeballs big time. Ooh, my eyes. Oh my gosh. I feel like I should be doing Rocket League controls, like spinning in the air and stuff. Alright, yeah, so unfortunately there's no one here to shoot. I'm gonna try, I can't pause, can I? About escape key. Nope. This thing's still drifting around. Let's try some different keys. Alright, oh, I hit F5, that works. Alright, play and upgrades. How do you get to this screen then if there's no way to get this open? There's some key that I didn't figure out. I tried escape and enter and start button on the controller here. The back button, I don't know. Kill other players to level up and unlock more colors. Cornering, top speed, acceleration, armor. Turning moves vertical. Alright, so I'm assuming this has something to do with auto. Oh no, I think I know what this means. I think this is, I don't know how to get into this screen, but I'm guessing that means, yeah. So the reticle stays basically stationary in regards to like world space here when you turn, which makes sense. Means you have to keep turning it automatically, which, let's try the keyboard and mouse here real quick. I think this will be a lot. It does make sense, a lot more sense to kind of control left and right like this with the keyboard than it does with the controller. Kind of odd how that works, but just having the independent buttons on the keyboard for your fingers and stuff just makes it all a world of difference here. And of course using the mouse is like way better for aiming, so yeah, if I were playing this against someone I wanted to be competitive, this would be the way to go for sure, because there's no competing with that. Being able to aim like this. And yeah, this, aside from the weirdness in the the movement here and the still pretty horrible turning radius, this controls just fine. Alright, yeah, so there's not too much to talk about here. I can't fight anyone. It seems like we only have kind of this basic gun here to start with. Ooh, can I blow? Whoa. Oh, okay. So it was writing me. I thought that was like some ridiculous gravity bug or something there. It was just very slowly turning me back over. So that was kind of weird. It'd be kind of nice, I think, if you could aim a little higher. I know it doesn't seem like there's a purpose to currently, but I just feel like I should be able to look up there, you know? Feels a little restricted. And maybe, you know, at some point in the future, you might want to make a level with a little more verticality. Perhaps, maybe. So yeah, I don't think there's too much more I can really say about this, unfortunately. I'd like to play it more, so I do think it's interesting. The aesthetic is kind of nice. These big colorful things are kind of ugly in my opinion, but I get the whole kind of synthwave dealy going on here, which is cool. And I do really like the concept of having just like a web-based, you know, car combat game like this where you could just load up the page and jump into it and whatnot. I think that could be a lot of fun. As long as you make it, you know, there's ways you can kind of balance being competitive and casual at the same time, I guess. So it's fun to compete, but it also is lighthearted enough that it supports just kind of jumping in and out real quick. I guess this is meant to be accessed after you die, like between lives, instead of hitting a button to get here. So I guess that's what the idea was here. Right, so in any case, yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't actually play against anyone. I don't know if I can maybe convince someone to play with me or something, but I don't know if there's much that I could really tell you even if I did that, so I'm not sure if it's worth the time. Given that the combat appears to be so basic right now, it's just aim and shoot. It doesn't appear to be much in the way of strategy or whatnot besides that. So that'll be something which will certainly be a design challenge, I think. Incorporating ways for damage avoidance and such, so it's not just point and shoot and whoever sees the other person first wins, that kind of thing. You don't want to make a game like that. So, well, that didn't take long. I think this timeout's pretty short, but it's my opinion. Especially if you like lose your upgrades or something, if you time out like that. And yeah. But in any case, hopefully this was helpful for you. If you have any questions for me, definitely let me know. And otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.